Generative AI tools like Microsoft Copilot have exploded in popularity recently, helping folks to write code, emails, jokes, generate images, and a lot more. In this course, you'll learn how to get started so that you too can work smarter, not harder. And I'm actually going to get some help myself with a course introduction here. Let's ask Copilot to write an introduction for a course about Copilot using 2 paragraphs and a fun and friendly tone. Okay, welcome to the Copilot adventure. Unleash your creativity with Microsoft Copilot. There are some pretty big promises here in this introduction. I will do my best to fulfill them. But let's get started. There are several different flavors of Copilot for different Microsoft products. This course focuses on the website at copilot.microsoft.com, and I'll just refresh this page so that we start with a clean slate. Here on the home page, you can start with some examples just to see how things work. So let's try this one, generate ideas for wacky new products that might be popular in 2025. And it's giving us some ideas. You might get a prompt here to agree to the terms of use. I'll do that since this is the first time I'm using Copilot in this session. But after that, you'll see that it will often give you follow-up questions or additional things that you can ask in this same conversation. So for example, how much would these products cost? If we just click on that, it will continue the conversation with that new prompt. You could also just type into the text box down here anything else you'd like to ask. So perhaps we want to know more about smart wearables. Give me some more examples of smart wearables. And it's off and running. You can also stop the response at any time just by clicking on Stop Responding. And you can also start a brand new topic or a chat by clicking on New Topic. This will clear the screen and start a new topic for you. Now, you don't have to be signed in to use copilot.microsoft.com, but as you'll see here in the message, if you do sign in, you can ask more questions and have longer conversations. Now, your experience as a signed-in user will be slightly different depending on whether you're signed in as a personal account or a work account. If we come up here to the Sign In button, you'll see there are 2 different options. Let me just briefly show you the personal account. I'll sign in with a personal email here. And one thing you'll notice immediately is over on the right, we have recent activity or recent topics or chats that I was using. I can always go back to these chats, reconstitute them, and continue them just by clicking on them. Here are some images that I was generating. You can also change the name of your topic here just by clicking on the pencil icon. I'll rename this to Image of a Woman Walking Through Times Square, and then click the green check mark to save that. And then I can also delete the conversation or the topic by clicking on the trash icon, and by clicking on the ... I've also got the option to share or export this particular topic. So a nice way to get back to history and pick up where you left off if you need to. Now, if you sign in with a work or school account, As I've done in this tab, here I'm logged into a work account for Heather Fremont. And this looks a little bit different. You'll see over here on the top right that we've got options for work. If you select this option, then Copilot can use data from your company to answer questions. So for example, you'll see down here some different things you could ask. What is the latest from a specific person at your company? What did they say about a certain thing? List key points from a particular file, and so on. Versus if you click on the web option up here, then it's not using company-specific data. It's just pulling information from the web, from the internet, and you'll get more generalized answers. And the output of this is very similar to what we saw as a non-signed-in user. Just to give you an example here, create a table that compares top-selling office printers. This is going to go out and search the internet for information about the printers, bring it back in a nice table format. It also displays some ads, as well as the links for the different resources it used to pull this information. For example, if you click on the bing.com link, that will open up a new tab where you can see the search the Copilot ran to grab this information. So those are the basics of how to get started with Copilot at copilot.microsoft.com. Some of the differences depending on the type of an account that you're logged into or not logged into, and some of the basics of how you can submit a prompt and get responses. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next lesson.